Next up, all right, we've got John Lineker and Stephen Loman who are gonna do battle coming up on One Fight Night 14. This is an exciting bantamweight mixed martial arts contest. I am pumped about this one. John, I'm gonna start with you, buddy. Bon dia, mano.
Bom dia.
Aha. All right. So after engaging in such a war with Kim Jae-woon earlier in August, you make a quick turnaround against the number 2 ranked Stephen Loman. Considering the war you had just last month, do you feel it's wise to compete against such a dangerous opponent like Stephen Loman so quickly after your last one?
Me sentindo muito bem, eu me senti bem depois daquela luta. Não via por que não retornar ao octógono o mais rápido possível, né? Tem uma continuidade no camp, então não parei. Lógico, enfrentar, né, o segundo do ranking já em seguida de uma luta para outra é bem tenso, mas eu estou super bem preparado, estou super feliz, estou me sentindo muito bem.
Well, I feel great about this fight. I know it's really hard coming from such a soon fight, but I've been in camping, I've been preparing, I feel very ready. And I know it's a little bit tense because it's so soon, but I'm so happy to be here and ready for this.
We are excited to have you back, Mr. Lineker. All right, the sniper, Stephen Loman. This is arguably your toughest fight to date, as one punch from John Hands of Stone Lineker can change everything. You said you wanted to close the distance and prevent him from landing clean shots, but you've been known to go toe to toe. Do you want to engage in that stand-up warfare a little bit?
Good morning. And yes, John Lineker is very dangerous. So I have to look for those hands because it can knock you out once, hit you. And I will do my best to have also my striking. And I will use that and use my movements.
All right, well said, Stephen Loman. You're always entertaining. I'm looking forward to this one. Let's go from questions from the media. Nise, you got some questions for these two bantamweight warriors. Nise Kano.
Good morning, guys. Good morning. This is a question for Stephen Loman. Stephen, we all know that you had difficulties passing the hydration test the last time that you fought inside the one championship circle. What are the certain adjustments that you and Team Lakai are making to avoid that kind of mishap for this crucial fight?
Morning, Kuya Nisi. Yes, we are working on our hydration and of course our weight. We need to lose that. And I think the past I don't really hydrated myself, and now I know the techniques, and I need to improve it, and I need to uh, see my mistakes in the past.
Stephen, just a follow-up. Do you think this fight, a win here, would just make you the undeniable number one contender for the title? Because we all know that you want to fight with Fabricio Andrade for the title.
Yes, because my opponent's number one, so I need to do my best to do my best in the fight so that once a winning for John, will be it will put me to this number one contendership.
All right, Stephen, best of luck on Saturday.
Okay, thank you, Nisi. Next, we would like to call on Stephen to ask a question from the media.
Hi guys, how are we doing today? You're good? Hear me okay? Christopher
to go.
John, as Mitch touched on at the start, it's a really quick turnaround for you. We saw you in the cage just last month. So obviously you had to get ready to go again pretty quickly. How has the preparation been for you without having that break since the last fight? And how important do you feel it is for you to get another fight in so soon when you're on the road to try and get another shot at the champ Fabricio Andrade?
Rapidamente.
Então, como eu disse, eu me sentindo muito bem, me senti bem depois da minha última luta, né? E, pô, eu sou funcionário, preciso trabalhar, né? Eu tenho família, mas eu tô super bem com isso. Tive um bom camp, uma continuação de um bom camp. Então, é só subir ali e fazer o trabalho de casa.
Well, like I said before, I felt great after the last fight. I felt great about continue camping, continue working. I'm a worker, you know. I gotta work. I got a family to support, and I just want to continue doing this.
And one question for Stefan as well. On the flip side to John, it's been quite a long break for you since that last fight. So kind of how has that development been in your game in that last 10 months, do you feel? And obviously a lot has been made of the situation at Team Lakai in that time. So with that kind of going on in the background, has that affected preparation for you at all?
For that months that I'm holding, I also keep training hard because you know, every opponent is very dangerous. So I study them also, and my opponent is very dangerous. I work on my strength and which the weaknesses I improve it, and that's also that helps me to hasten my skills and.
Thank you guys. Best of luck to you both on the weekend and good speaking to you as well, Mitch.
Hey, Stephen Backman, thank you very much for your questions. Good to hear from you again. Let's go to Dan Cool for his questions.
This should be good. I'll start with Stephen. Stephen, normally like a 5-year age gap isn't really that big in this sport, right? We've seen guys that are like 38 fighting guys that are 24 before. You only have a 5-year age difference, but like, you know, what John was doing in that 5-year gap, fighting through the UFC, climbing to the top of one championship, you know, fighting twice for, you know, his title, and then coming back and beating Kim, who is just, you know, I mean, one of the guys at the top of the sport. Do you feel that way, like, about him? Was it somebody that you looked up to when you were kind of coming up through Brave and things like that? Was there ever a point where like John was either an idol or somebody that maybe you had your eyes on as an opponent later on down the road?
Yeah. Before I was just watching John, and it's very interesting, and because he can knock his opponent, and I was said that was very wow, and I and but I'm looking forward to this fight. I'm preparing a lot, and it's a very good fight.
Okay, thank you. And for John, having all of your background, all of the opponents that you fought over the years, all of the run that you've done through one championship and things like that. How do you feel about Stephen as an opponent? I mean, there was a time where you were sitting in his shoes several years ago, jungle fight back in Brazil. You were able to kind of work your way to the top echelon of the sport. Do you kind of understand where he's coming from? What are your thoughts around that?
John, ele pergunta como você acha que o Steven é como um oponente, devido assim ao seu passado, já que você começou bem debaixo do início no Brasil, lutou muito para chegar aqui. Você entende de onde é que o Steven, por que ele quer lutar com você?
Então, eu acho, né, o Loman aí um cara super forte, um cara bem versátil durante a luta. É um oponente bem perigoso. Eu acredito que a gente vem lá de baixo, a gente vem lutando, buscando, né, nosso espaço. E fazer essa luta com ele será com certeza aí mais um novo desafio para mim, né? O estilo de luta dele aí bem diferente, né? Mas a gente vai subir ali e fazer um grande show.
I think Loman is a great fighter. He's very versatile and dangerous. We all start from the bottom somewhere, and we have to fight to get to the top. And I think that this fight will be another great challenge for me, and I'm really looking forward to it.
Okay, thank you both.
Okay, thank you again, Dan. Let's move on to Jay Anderson and hear from him again.
Hey, thanks very much. And a quick one for John. Obviously, we know the history with some of the weight struggles, the first Fabricio fight and the last one as well. I'm just wondering if you've done anything different with this camp in terms of the weight cut. And, does the quick turnaround help that because you've basically been in camp ever since the last fight?
John, ele fala que eles entendem a sua a dificuldade antiga que você teve sobre a questão do peso e perda do peso. Você fez algo diferente nesse camping para ajudar com a situação do peso?
Então, o peso, na verdade, não tem sido o problema, né? O que eu falei, a última foi na parte da hidratação, mas sim, a gente tem trabalhado, a gente fazendo alguns ajustes, né? Essa questão da hidratação e com certeza aí conseguimos solucionar e vamos poder mostrar aí no dia da pesagem.
The weight itself has not been a problem. The problem we mainly had was with hydration, and we definitely have tackled this in a different manner this time around. And I am confident that this will no longer be a small issue.
Well, good to hear. Thanks very much.
All right. Thank you, Jay. Up next is J.L. Curvin.
Hello. My first question is for John. With a name like Hands of Stone and 18 knockouts over your career, viewers know that you have a magnificent hand power. But I'm curious, when in your life did you first realize that your power was above average, like that it was special?
John, você com 18 nocautes da sua carreira, com o nome de Mãos de Pedra, todo mundo sabe que você é incrível, mas quando você descobriu que você tinha um talento que era maior do que uma pessoa, melhor do que uma pessoa, é normal?
Então, na verdade, é uma pergunta bem difícil, né, de responder, mas isso é algo que nasceu em mim, né, algo que natural, e fui descobrindo durante as minhas lutas, né, o quão potente é o meu soco, e depois só fui aprimorando com os treinamentos, né, mas já nasci com isso.
Well, it's a difficult question to answer. I guess it's how I was born. It was natural. And then throughout the fights, I kept finding out more and more about my talent, my gift, and kept working towards it.
Thank you. And then Stephen, 11 fight win streak. I know the confidence has got to be sky high. Who in your camp keeps you level headed or, to the ground, just humble in regards?
So we have my teammates. We have Carlo, Adonis, and Kuya Jehe for helping me sa fight. We work a lot on our game plan and what's the strength of our opponent. And we're also working on the weaknesses and the strength and weaknesses. So we combine everything and helps me on my preparation.
And then just following up on that, you just talked about how great your preparation is. What do you feel like has been getting better each fight for you?
I feel in these sports, I think my characteristics as a professional fighter, because I've been doing this and this also adds my characteristics.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, JL. All right. Last question from Sarah Bowe.
Okay, hey there.
Morning, Sarah.
You have a big fight coming up and you're fighting for the opportunity to compete for a world championship title next, hopefully. How'd you go about preparing for this fight to combat for Lineker's heavy hands?
Yes, this is the opportunity for me because a big win for John will be a championship, and it means a lot to me. I work a lot for this fight in order to get that, because this is the opportunity, and I put more time in my training to work on my strength and weaknesses, and I prepare better for this fight. Hopefully, I can do all our game plan and focus on the fight.
Awesome, thank you. And John, aside from your powerful striking game with your impressive knockout history, what's one advantage that you think that you have over Stephen in this fight?
John, você tem um nocaute muito forte e as mãos fortes, mas qual outra vantagem você acha que você tem sobre o Loman nessa luta?
Eu tenho evoluído, né, bastante na parte do grab, na parte do jiu-jitsu, né? Não pude mostrar muito, né, as minhas técnicas de chão nas minhas lutas, né, porque eu sempre busco a parte do nocaute, sempre busco nocautear meus adversários. Mas eu tenho essas armas também, tenho meu grab, tenho meu jiu-jitsu, e estou pronto para mostrar a minha evolução.
I have developed a lot on my mat work with my grab and my jiu-jitsu. I know I always try to go for the knockout, but I have a lot to work with when it comes to ground floor that I'm really looking forward to showing you guys.
Awesome. Well, we're excited to see it as well. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Sarah. And thanks to the rest of our media for questions for our two bantamweights who will be throwing down at One Fight Night 14. John Lineker, Stephen Loman, thank you, gentlemen, very much. You guys are free to go. Appreciate your time.